Hello. Today's video is probably going to be pretty short and sweet because I'm mostly just venting. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, a certain tweet thread came up onto my feed and I ignored it at the time. It bothered me, but I ignored it. I didn't really give it much credence. I didn't give it much thought because I just thought it was dumb. The thread in question is a thread of someone explaining why they think Robin is a Mary Sue. I did read the whole thing when I first saw it and I just kind of brushed it off. It did sit with me a little bit and bother me, but I didn't really address it. I didn't really want to interact with it very much. But today I saw a tweet that was saying basically the same thing and using that thread as like a point of reference for all the points they were trying to make. And for some reason, this time around, I decided to be a slimy little goblin and actually interact with this tweet thread. So I went back and read the original one again, and now I want to rebut it. I want to respond. I'm not trying to like start drama. This person is entitled to their opinion on Robin. It doesn't matter. It's a fictional character, but you're allowed to have this opinion, and I'm allowed to rebuttal it. This person was also in the replies to their own thread saying that basically nobody would have any arguments that could disprove any of their points, and I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think there's plenty of things that can go against what's trying to be said here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take this point by point, and we're gonna walk through all of this together. So the first tweet reads, "She's stated to be just so smart and intelligent when literally nothing she does reflects that. All it does is force people to try and think she's the smartest, when really it dumbs down every other straw hat to make her look more intelligent than she really is." For one, it's never like flat out stated that Nico Robin is just like a bona fide genius at any point in the story, at least as far as I can remember. Really, what makes her like intelligent is that she knows this particular set of knowledge. She has this one thing that she knows, which is how to read poneglyphs, and she has an awareness of this like 100-year void that makes her dangerous to the world government. And the intelligence that she has is from her background of literally years spent with the preeminent archaeological minds that she has absorbed information from, and she does display that intelligence at several points in the story where she encounters things from the past and she's able to analyze them and look at them critically and come to conclusions that are important for the story and important for what our characters are doing. If that's not intelligence, I don't know what is, but it's also, this whole point is moot because that's not one of her like defining characteristics. That's not one of the things that is like supposed to be super important about Robin, is that she's like a super genius. That's not, she's never meant to be a super genius, and I don't think anyone is like perceiving her that way. Also, I think that saying that the story dumbs down the other Straw Hats to make her look smarter is a little bit weird because like they just don't have information that she has. It's not necessarily that she's like all that much smarter than they are. She just like literally knows stuff that they don't know because she's lived longer than them. She's 30 years old. She's also just like experienced different things that they just aren't aware of yet. So like that's not necessarily a moniker of intelligence necessarily. Anyway, I don't want to ramble too much on this one point because there's a lot more to come. So here's the second point that is being made. She's bland as cardboard. She really has no personality like the other amazing Straw Hats. She's just there to patronize Chopper and look hot for the horny One Piece fandom. Midco mid-bin, more like it. Drives me insane. This is the one that like when I reread the thread I was like, hold on, like backtrack for a second here. What? Robin is not bland as cardboard. She is just more reserved than the other Straw Hat members. For like I just said, she is like 30 years old. She's older than they are. She doesn't get engaged in their hijinks and their antics and all the wacky crazy stuff that they do when they're kind of hanging out because she's like almost 10 years older than them. Like some of them, she is older than 10 years older than them. Like she's not interacting with them in that way because she has a different maturity level. Also, she has a personality. She has like this super dark sense of humor. She cares deeply for people. And I guess we're just gonna erase the entire point here that happened in just now in Wano, where she had this whole big moment where she fought Black Maria after Sanji called to her for help. And it was this huge moment for her character because she's felt like she's always the one being saved and that she's never been able to just kind of stand up for herself within these situations. And it's this big emotional moment for her because she has a personality based on things that she's gone through in her past. And it's totally erasing all of that to say that she just has no kind of personality. You're just completely taking her entire character and her entire persona out of context and relating it to a group of characters that are from a very different walk of life and that are a lot more eccentric than she is. And all of this without going back to like Annie's lobby when she gets her entire own flashback that gives context to why she might be a reserved person who isn't very outspoken and like rambunctious or anything. Take all of that out. Don't even address all of that. There is still enough in the story to give life and personality to Nico Robin. You're just not looking for it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm getting heated. It's okay to not like Nico Robin. I'm not saying that. I just think that some of these points are a little bit on the nose and like take a lot of stuff out of context and like don't address like broader things about this character. It's okay to feel this way, to have this opinion. I just think it's dumb. Anyway, let me move on to point 3. It says she is a plot device and lore dump for the Void Century and Poneglyph crap. She is apparently the most knowledgeable person in the world on this stuff, except for Vegapunk, but then why wouldn't the world government send out a more capable team to capture such a dangerous person? Yeah, give me a sec. Give me one moment. Listen, I'm trying not to get heated right now. I'm trying to just use facts and logic to tear this apart. But this one, this one grinds my gears. This one's grinding my gears a little bit. She is just a plot device and lore dump for the Void Century and Poneglyph crap. Is maybe the worst sentence in all of this. I'm taking my glasses off. Hold on. Yeah. To call Nico Robin a plot device is you know what? I'm gonna delete everything from Alabasta through Annie's lobby. That's when she gets her most character development. That is when she is most central to the story. That is when her personality and her entire character is on display at its most. I think that would probably be the best way to counter this argument, but I'm not even going to use that. I'm not going to use any of that shit because there is enough, like I'm saying, there is enough in this story that I don't even need to point to her biggest moments to say that this is dumb. This is really dumb. First off, Robin has a particular set of skills that relate to the Void Century and the Poneglyphs because she can read the Poneglyphs and because she spent time on Ohara. She lived there for her entire childhood. She interacted with and was close with the preeminent archaeological minds that were studying the Void Century. That doesn't make her a plot device. That is a character trait that relates to the main story. You know who else has character traits that relate to the main story? Literally every fucking Straw Hat. Yeah, all of them. Literally all of them. She just has one of the more important ones. She has one of the more important traits that relates to the main story. She is not a plot device. She is a character who has a skill related to a main plot point. She does plenty of stuff in the story that is not related to the Void Century and the Poneglyphs in any way. Literally, like all the time. She's always doing. Have you not read One Piece? Have you not watched it? She's always doing stuff that it isn't related to that. That is usually like her individual thing that she's like got going on, like her big character moments. Which is again, usually there are plenty of character moments she has that aren't related to that, but. Yeah. If she's gonna have like an individual character moment in a arc, of course it's gonna be related to that stuff because that's one of her main skills. Doesn't make her a plot device. Do you know what a plot device is? Also, calling it Poneglyph crap. Do you like One Piece? Like I'm now addressing the second half of this point, that apparently she is the most knowledgeable person in the world on this stuff, apart from Vegapunk. Also, just not entirely true. That's not like something that is directly stated. Obviously, there are way more people that know more stuff about the Void Century than her. There are plenty of people that know more stuff about the Void Century. Oh, like what? Like, what do you mean? She just knows how to read Poneglyphs. Anyway, the point I wanted to address here is why doesn't the world government send out a more capable team to capture such a dangerous person? They sent out their specialized assassin group to take care of her. They put a 60, however, I forget what her bounty was. It was like in the 60 millions bounty on her when she was a child. Like, what do you mean? They sent their best group to get rid of her. They sent their best people to take care of her. They just didn't anticipate the Straw Hats being strong enough to stop it. What do you mean? CP9 was literally their, like, main assassin group. They can't just, like, send an admiral to go kill her because that would bring attention to her. And, like, there would be pirate groups, like, what do you mean? They literally sent their specialized assassin group. I'm done. I'm not talking about that point anymore. That one is just verifiably false. It's stupid. If the person who made this thread is watching right now, I'm not mad at you. I don't think that you're dumb. I think that this argument was misplaced. This entire thing was misplaced, and the fact that you doubled down on it in the replies, dude, take a step back, man. This is, I get it. I get that, like, you don't connect to this character, but man, you should have thought through some of these points a little more. Anyway, on to the next point. This person says, this is another reason why she's a Mary Sue. She knows all this stuff and is basically an encyclopedia, all because she read a bit when she was young. Bruh, if it was that easy, I would be a scholar right now. This is my problem with smart characters because they're born smart. I've already addressed parts of this argument plenty of times. She was on an island with the preeminent minds in the archaeological studies. She spent years around them, surrounded by them, with the wealth of knowledge of the entire fucking world. All around her, without her mom around, feeling isolated and alone, and burying herself in books. Yeah, she's smart. Like, she's smart because of all of that. Like, I don't know what to tell you if you just didn't read that part. Like, it's explained. It's explained why she knows so much. And it's not like she knows a ton. This goes against your first point that, like, she's not that intelligent. You said in the first point that she was not intelligent. Now you're saying here that she's too smart. Pick a side. Anyway, point 4. She does nothing for 100 chapters, then gets one moment and scene that people will eat up for years. Robin had yet to do anything post-timeskip until her fight with Black Maria, yet people are trying to say she's so important to the crew and so useful all because she can read poneglyphs. Did you not read One Piece? Okay, I'm gonna ignore a plethora of stuff that she does post-timeskip. I'm gonna point to one particular moment that I can vividly remember right now, which is when she defends Rebecca from Diamante in Dressrosa and literally gets her back all fucked up by falling spike balls. And she saves Rebecca's life using this attack, or using her defense thing with her hands. I guess that moment it didn't happen. It's non-existent, erased from memory now because you said that she never did anything post-timeskip. There are more that I could point to. I'm gonna say, because you stated that she didn't do one thing post-timeskip, here's one thing that she did that is memorable and important to the story. She saved a character's life and sacrificed her health for this moment. That's it. That's one moment to counteract this entire point. And then finally, point 5, the one to end it all. She's a plot device for obtaining the One Piece. That's it. All the other Straw Hats are more fleshed out and better characters in my opinion. I don't know why she has such a loyal defense force that's ready to defend everything about her when she's just a fan service character. Okay, again, a plot device is just, it drives me crazy, dude. A character knowing something and having a skill set does not make them a plot device. She is a character who has been given a rich and detailed background that informs us on her emotional state and why her personality is the way that it is and how she ended up where she was at the beginning of the story when we meet her and how her actions have been influenced by her past. Nothing about that. It points to her being a plot device. Literally nothing about it. Oh my god. The second sentence here, that all the other Straw Hats are more fleshed out and better characters in your opinion, is fine. You can feel that way. That's totally okay. I have no problem with that. You are allowed to like the other Straw Hats more. But to say that she is a plot device in comparison to them, what? Dude, this is I'm getting heated again. But if you're gonna make this argument about Robin not having any importance to the story, why not say the same thing about, like, Chopper? Like what has he done post-timeskip? He's had moments, too. I could point to plenty of moments for Chopper, but, like, in terms of, like, fleshed out development, how does Chopper have more than Robin? This is literally just you hating on Robin for whatever reason. I don't get it. I don't understand what the point of this entire thread is, and it just drives me crazy that there were people, like, agreeing with this, and also, this is just one of the things, I'm gonna go on a tangent now about something totally unrelated. This entire thread is number 6 here. I'm gonna read number 6 to you. It says, and that's why Nico Robin is a Mary Sue. Nico Robin, more like Nico Midbin. I hate the word mid with a burning passion. This is used 3 times in this entire thread. It's used 3 times, and this is one of the biggest problems I have with the anime community online, which is that most anime fans online are fucking brain dead. they have no critical thinking skills, like almost practically illiterate, like legitimately cannot form a legitimate argument to save their life. Like, and if they do come up with an argument, it's something like this that is just littered with inconsistencies and things that are verifiably false just to reinforce a point that is an opinion. It's not something that is a fact. If you want to say, I think that Robin is not a well-written character, you can say that. You can say that, but then to try and back it up with all these things that are like verifiably false. Like, what are you doing? Just like, you can have that opinion. You can not like Robin. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck if you don't like Robin. It doesn't matter to me. It's a fictional character. But to insult, in a way, this is insulting Oda's writing by, it's reducing Oda's writing to something that is not at all what it is. You're just coming up with shit. And it doesn't matter what fandom you're in online for the anime community. It could be any of them. I have opinions on certain endings of shows that I thought were done well. Not gonna say which ones, but there is a large community of people that are violently opposed to the ending of said show, and they think it's horrible, and the reasons that they give are not well. I'm done. I'm not going on this tangent. I'm not going down this rabbit hole. But this to me just represents a larger overarching problem, is the point I'm trying to make, of the anime community not understanding how to analyze things in any meaningful way. And I don't get why, particularly with the anime community, this is such a problem. And it just drives me crazy. I get more mad than I should. I'm definitely more angry about this than I should be. I will admit that. Like, I am the loser here. 100%, I am the loser in this situation. I'm making a video. I'm mad enough to make a video off of this thread, but still, okay, I had to do it. I didn't have to do it. I'm kind of bored, and I thought it would be fun, and now it was fun. I had fun. Anyway, I'm gonna stop before I go down and yet another tangent. So I'm gonna end the video here. If like I said, if by chance the person who wrote this thread sees this video, I'm sorry. This is not anger directed at you as a person. I think you're probably a wonderful person. I'm not mad at you. I just think that this overarching problem of analysis is just maybe reevaluate. I don't know what else to say. Also, on the off chance that anybody's watching this and like wants to go find this thread, please don't like go harass this person or anything. Like, don't. It doesn't matter. It's not important. I'm mad because I'm a loser. Anyways, that's about it for me. I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, I hope you're happy and healthy. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time.